Hello everyone, welcome to the Planeswalker Pantheon. My name's Elspeth and welcome to this year's installment of PAX Fresh, where I go to PAX Australia and I open one pack of whatever the heck I can find at the convention. Actually got a pretty decent haul this time around because Wizards the first time since Khan's block, I want to say. It would have been Khan's or Fate Reforged that Wizards of the Coast actually had an appearance at PAX Australia, so this will be actually kind of nice. Enough chat, let's get into it. First up, we've got Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth set booster. So this is just going to be a random collection of packs from PAX, really. Alright, we got a list card. It's literally desert. Got a foil Galadrim guide. Actually, I'm not going to bother reading it unless it's a rare or mythic. We've got, speaking of mythics, Anduril, Flame of the West. 3 mana, legendary artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +3/+1. Whenever equipped creature attacks, create 2 tapped 1/1 white creature spirit tokens with flying. If the creature is legendary, instead create 2 of those tokens that are tapped and attacking. Fellbeast in the full art. Gift of Strands. We'll flick through the rest of these. And Plains. And, Commander Sphere as our art card. I'll put some of the more miscellaneous stuff over to the side because not everything is necessarily a set booster. But we'll go to this one, which is a Innistrad Midnight Hunt Collector's Booster. Skip through the foil, the commons. I love this art of Flesh Taker, by the way. Pretty foil mountain. Foil Memory Deluge, 2 and 2 blue for an instant. The top X cards of your library, where X is the number of mana you spent to cast a spell. Put 2 of them onto your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You can flash back for 5 and 2 blue. Extended art Somber World Beastmaster, 6 and a green for a 1/1 creature human ranger. When it enters the battlefield, you create a 2/2 green wolf, a 3/3 green beast, and a 4/4 green beast. Creature tokens you control have Death Touch. We have Light Up the Night with some really cool Chandra artwork. X and a red for a sorcery. It deals X damage plus to any target. It deals X+1 instead if that target is a planeswalker. 3 and a red, remove X loyalty counters from among planeswalkers you control. If you cast a spell this way, X can't be 0. Got Burly Break on the old art. Tavern Ruffian. Tovalar's Huntmaster. 4 and 2 green for a creature human werewolf. That's a 6/6. When enters the battlefield, create 2/2 green wolf creature tokens and has Daybound, where it transforms into Tovalar's Pack Leader. 7/7, when it enters the battlefield or attacks, create 2/2 green wolf creature tokens. 2 and 2 green, another target wolf or werewolf you control fights another creature you don't control. So that's the Daybound Nightbound. Shady Traveller. And a foil Reckless Stormweaver. I don't think I actually seen this one. 2 and a red for a creature human werewolf. 2/3, at the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains haste. And it has Daybound, where it transforms into Stormcharge Slasher. Creature werewolf 3 for at the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature control gets +2/+0 and trample and haste until end of turn. That's actually a pretty solid thing. And foil token. That's actually pretty solid. Let's get a little wacky. Let's get a little Infinity with a collector's booster. Alright. Skip through these. I will be putting these into my uncube, kind of. Whatever ones not necessarily legal in any format. Got the Spinny Ride. Exit through the gift shop. 2 and a black for a sorcery. Yell, "Who wants a souvenir?" and announce the name of a non-land card in your graveyard. Each player in an ungame who can hear you may bid life. You start the bidding at 0. The high bidder loses life equal to the high bid. They copy the card and may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. If you didn't win the bid, you gain life and to a high bid and create that many treasure tokens. Cool, and it's actually legal. Jeez. Now you see me in the pretty galaxy foil. I don't know if that's coming up. Ooh, we have standard procedure. It's again another legal one. 1 mana, reveal standard procedure from your hand. Choose an instant or sorcery with mana value 3 or less, currently legal in the standard format. Standard procedure becomes that card until end of turn. Cool. We have Roxy, Publicist to the Stars. Ooh, we got from the list yet another Aether Vortex. 3 and 2 red for an enchantment. All creatures have haste. Players play at the top card of their library is revealed. Non-sorcery cards on top of a library are on the battlefield under their owner's control in addition to being in that library. Cool. We have Hardy of Mira's Marvels, 2 and 2 green for a legendary creature, Alpha Former. When enters the battlefield, you choose a number. When you cast a spell with the chosen lines of flavor text, put that many +1/+1 counters on target creature, and it has partner. Ooh, pretty full art island right there. Pretty full art mountain. And foil zombie employee. Dual-sided token. Nice. Infinity was fun. I wish I could draft more of it. Crimson Vow set booster. We have a Braid as our art card. Pretty swamp. A Braid. That was perfect, actually. Ooh, Voldaran Bloodcaster in the old frame. 1 in a black, creature, vampire, wizard, 2/1 flying. When it or another non-token creature you control dies, create a blood token. Whenever you create a blood token, if you control 5 or more blood tokens, transform the Bloodcaster. Transforms into the Bloodbat Summoner. 3/3 flying. At the beginning of combat on your turn, turn up to 1 target blood token creature you control. Up to 1 target blood token you control becomes a 2/2 black bat creature with flying and haste, in addition to its other types. Cool. Stalker. Binding Gas. Hamlet Vanguard. 2 and a green for a 1/1 creature human warrior that has Ward 2. It enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it for each other non-token human you control. Foil Frenzy Devils. Hey, and from the list, Olivia Mobilized for War. 1 black and red legendary creature, Vampire Knight. 3/3. No weird leg this time. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may discard a card. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. It gains haste until end of turn, and it becomes a vampire in addition to its other types. Real nice there. Let's get into Kaldheim with a collector booster. I've just picked these up and sort of randomized the piles. I'm just pulling them from the top. Got some foil commons. Foil uncommons. Foil swamp. Rana the Ever Watchful from the Commander deck. 2 white and blue legendary creature Spirit Warrior. 2/3 flying and vigilance. The first card you foretell each turn costs 0 to foretell. Whenever you exile 1 or more cards from your hand or permanents from the battlefield, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Runeforged Champion. 2 and a white for a creature dwarf warrior to 2/3. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library and or graveyard for a rune card. Reveal it and put it into your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle. And you may pay 1 rather than pay the mana cost for rune spells you cast. Blood Sky Massacre. 1 black and red for an enchantment saga. First chapter, create a 2/3 red demon berserker creature token with menace. Second chapter, when a berserker attacks this turn, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. And for the third chapter, add red for each berserker you control until end of turn. You don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. Inga Rune Eyes in the old art frame. Ooh, we got Turgid, God of Fright in the alt frame as well. 3 and 2 black, legendary creature god, 4/5 with menace. Whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-token permanent or discards a permanent card, you may put that card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. And she can also be Turgid's Lantern, 3 and a black, legendary artifact. Tap to have target player lose 3 life unless they sacrifice a non-land permanent or discard a card. And 3 and a black to untap the lantern. Ooh, we got a foil alt frame Selvala Ice Shape. I don't think I've ever seen this artwork, actually. That's real cool, sorry. Got a foil extended art Blood on the Snow. 4 and 2 black for a snow sorcery. Choose one. Destroy all creatures, destroy all planeswalkers. Then return a creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of snow mana spent to cast this spell. Foil Giant Wizard and Human Warrior. Dominaria United set booster. Alright. Got our card. Oh, it's Khan Living Legacy. Normal Mountain. We'll skip through the commons. There's Ojanen, Sign of Ephara in the old frame. We have a Shadowrite Priest. 1 and a black creature, human cleric. It's a 2/2. Other clerics you control get +1/+1. 3 and 2 black. Sacrifice another cleric. Search your library for a black creature card. Put it onto the battlefield and then shuffle. Ooh, we got a foil Dahada Binder of Wills from the Commander deck. I don't think I've ever seen that happen, actually. So this is actually the Commander deck that I actually bought. So 1 red, white, and black legendary planeswalker Dahada starts at 5 loyalty. +2 up to 1 target legendary creature gains vigilance, lifelink, and indestructible until your next turn. -3 reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put any number of legendary cards from among them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Create a treasure token for each card put into your graveyard this way. Then -11, gain control of all non-land permanents until end of turn. Untap them, they gain haste. Dahada can be your commander. That's wild. I never knew you could do that. And a ad card that no one cares for. Sorry, that kind of caught me. Dominaria Remastered. I'm actually kind of excited for the Innistrad and, actually, no, not Innistrad. Are they doing an Innistrad Remastered? I know they're doing a Ravnica one. Anyway, I'm excited for the Ravnica Remastered set, because this set was fun to play with. Foily token. Ooh, we've got a Old Border Crawl Space. And foil too. I can't believe I couldn't quite catch that, but it's foil. It is foil. 3 mana for an artifact. No more than 2 creatures can attack you this combat. Ooh, Mystical Tutor. Single blue for an instant. Search your library for an instant or sorcery card. Reveal it then and shuffle. And put that card on the top. With really nice Richard Kane Ferguson artwork. Gamble. Single red for a sorcery. Search your library for a card. Put that card into your hand and then discard a card at random, then shuffle. Absorb. 1 and 2 blue for an instant. Counter target spell, you gain 3 life. Foil Old Border Savannah Lions. Momentary Blink. Gem Palm. Incinerator. Ooh, foil Mark Pool Island. Zombie Infestation. I think these are just all the normal stuff. But yeah, this set was fun. I liked Dominaria Remastered. I hope they kind of smash Ravnica Remastered out of the park. Double feature draft booster. Draft boosty. So all the fun of Innistrad, but just in black and white. Search Party Captain, Lunark Veteran, which I love. That's all the commons. Burning down the house. 3 and 2 red for a sorcery. Choose one. Burn down the house. Deals 5 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. Or create 3 1/1 red devil creature tokens with, whenever this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. They gain haste until end of turn. And then Path of Peril. 1 and 2 black for a sorcery. You can cleave it for 4 white and black. Destroy all creatures with mana value 2 or less if you don't cleave it. Or destroy all creatures if you cleave it. Ooh, and a foil PAX Betrayal. I don't know how well these cards come up on the thing, but they're there. Ooh, Phyrexia Obi-Wan set booster. Ooh, we've got Dash Hopes, appropriate for Phyrexia. Foil, I forget that they changed the order. Basilica Skullbomb foil. Venerated Rot Priest, 1 single green for a creature Phyrexian Druid. It's a 1 to a toxic. Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of the spell, the target opponent gets a poison counter. Scamp. Again. We've got all of our uncommons there. See, it's been that long sometimes that... Ooh, and Phyrexian Vindicator. Ooh, it's signed too. That's cool. I'll have to add that to my collection. Let's go with March of the Machine Aftermath. Gold Forge Thopteryx. Upheaval. Rebuild the City 3 and a black, red, and green for a sorcery. Choose target land, create 3 tokens that are copies of it, except they're 3/3 creatures in addition to their other types, and they have Vigilance and Menace. Urborg Scavengers, 2 and a black for a creature spirit. It's a 2/2. When they enter the battlefield or attack, exile target card from a graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on the Scavengers. Scavengers have flying as long as a card exiled with it has flying. The same is true for First Strike, Double Strike, Death Touch, Haste, Hexproof, Indestructible, Lifelink, Menace, Reach, Trample, and Vigilance. Campus Restoration in the alt frame, and an Elemental. Let's get into something a little spicy. Commander Masters. Will I finally get a Dockside or a Jeweled Lotus? Who knows? I've got a token. Prismatic Lens. Oh, we got a Hammer of Nazan. 4 mana legendary artifact equipment. When it or another equipment enters the battlefield under my control, I may attach that equipment to another target creature control. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has indestructible and equipped for 4. Righteous Confluence. 3 and 2 white for a sorcery. Choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once. Create a 2/2 knight with Vigilance. Exile target enchantment or gain 5 life. Odric Master Tactician, 2 and 2 white, legendary creature, human soldier, 3/4 with First Strike. When it and at least 3 other creatures attack, you choose which creatures block this combat and how those creatures block. And we'll flick through the uncommons, because I don't think there's anything else to it. We've got a pretty awesome Frantic Search. Faithless Looting. And Swift Response. Whoops. Nearly knocked the whole pile, because that's what I would clearly want to do. March of the Machine Collector Booster. Skyline. Hoplite. Pretty Island. Ooh, got a foiled Jinga Taxus. The foiled Gin and Juice. 3 and 2 blue for a legendary creature Phyrexian Praetor. 5/5 with Ward 2. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell with mana value through a greater, draw a card. 3 and a blue to exile Gin and return to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. Activate owns a sorcery only if you have 7 or more cards in hand. Jin then transforms into the Great Synthesis. First chapter, draw cards equal to the number of cards in your hand. You have no maximum hand size for as long as you control the Great Synthesis. Second chapter, return all non-Phyrexian creatures to their owner's hands, and you may cast any number of spells in your hand without paying their mana cost. Exile the Great Synthesis, then return it to the battlefield. Extended Art Dusk Legion Duelist. 1 and a white for a creature vampire soldier. It's a 2/2 with vigilance. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put onto the doors, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Oh, Saidar Jabari of Zalfir from the Commander decks. 1 and white, blue, and black. So the full Esper for a legendary creature human knight. It's a 4/3 with Eminence. Whenever you attack with one or more knights, if Saidar is on the in the command zone or on the battlefield, draw a card and then discard a card. Flying, first strike, and whenever Saidar Jabari deals combat damage to a player, return target knight creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yargle. Finn. Foil Elspeth's Talent. 2 and 2 white for enchantment aura. Enchant Planeswalker. Enchanted Planeswalker has +1, create 3 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. And whenever you activate a loyalty ability of Enchanted Planeswalker, creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain vigilance until end of turn. Ooh, and an alt frame Lathril, the Bounteous Dawn. 2 white and green for a legendary creature unicorn. It's a 2/2 with lifelink. At the beginning of each end step, if you gain life this turn, distribute up to that many +1/+1 counters among any number of other target creatures. In the really nice Eldraine font frame. Phyrexian Mirror and Renan Realmbreaker. Let's get into a little bit of Lord of the Rings. Alright, skip through these commons. Alright, we've got Downfall, Liberation. More Nazgul, always nice to have in the trade binder. Born Upon a Wind, 1 and a blue for an instant. You may cast spells this turn as though they had flash. Draw a card. Mountain and a Human Soldier. Phyrexia will be 1 draft booster. Alright, let's get through these. Resistant Skywarden, Cinderclash Ravager, Apostle. We have a Bloated Contaminator, 2 and a green for a creature, Phyrexian Beast. It's a 4/4 with Trample and Toxic 1. When it deals combat damage to a player, Proliferate. Forest and Rebel. Alright, March of the Machine Aftermath Collector's Booster. Why they didn't just put the pull tabs on these cards, these packs, I'll never know. Oh, there we go. Cosmic Rebirth, a very good card there. Oh, very heavily miscut too. We have Blot Out. Leyline Immersion, 3 and a green for an enchantment aura. Enchant legendary creature. Enchanted creature has Ward 2 and has tap. Add 5 mana in any combination of colours. Spend this mana to only cast spells. Urborg Scavengers, we read this guy earlier. Rocco Street Chef in the alternate frame. In foil too. Red, green, and white legendary creature Elf Druid 2/4. At the beginning of your end step, each player exiles the top card of their library. Until your next end step, each player may play the card exiled this way. Whenever a player plays a land from exile or casts a spell from exile, you put a +1/+1 target counter on target creature and create a food. Cool. We have Niv Mizzet Supreme. So for the full Wooburg, legendary creature, dragon avatar, 5/5, flying hexproof and monocolored. Each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard that's exactly 2 colors has jumpstart. Treasure and Ignite. Let's go with Double Masters 2022 Collector's Booster. Alright, skip through all of these. Got commons, uncommons. Oh, Pretty Thought Scour. Pretty Eternal Witness. Foil Pretty Unearth. Celestia Sanctuary. We have Fiery Justice. Red, green, and white for a sorcery. Deals 5 damage divided as you choose among up to any number of targets. Target opponent gains 5 life. Ooh, we have a foil extended art Forbidden Orchard. Tap to add 1 mana of any color, and when you tap the Forbidden Orchard for mana, target opponent creates a 1/1 color spirit token. Really nice watercolor artwork there. Ooh, etched foil Smothering Tithe. 3 and a white for an enchantment. Whenever an opponent draws a card, that player may pay 2. If the player doesn't, you create a treasure. Ooh, I actually don't own a Sensei's Divining Top, and the fact that I opened a foil extended art, foil full art one's really pretty. 1 mana for an artifact. 1, look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put them back in any order. Tap to draw a card, then put the top on top of its owner's library. And Drake and Golem. That was actually solid. I actually did not own already a top. Modern Horizons 2. Alright, let's get through. I think that's just a draft booster, actually. Forgot to say that. Not that anyone's really keeping track. Flametongue Yearling, Scare of the Desert, Liquid Metal Talk. Fire and Ice. 1 and a red to deal 2 damage divided as you choose among 1 or 2 targets. Or 1 and a blue to tap target permanent, draw a card. Obsidian Charmor. 3 and 2 red for a creature dragon. It's a 4/4. It costs 1 less to cast for each land your opponent's control that could produce colorless. Flying, and when it enters the battlefield, destroy target non-basic land an opponent controls. Stillfin Whale and a token. Brothers War Collector Booster. Alright. Let's get through the commons and uncommons. Oh, pretty Swamp. Painful Quandary. 3 and 2 black for an enchantment. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player loses 5 life unless they discard a card. Liberator, Urza's Battle Thopter. 3 mana, legendary artifact creature Thopter. Flash flying, it's a 1/2. You may cast color spells and artifact spells as though they had flash. Whenever you cast a spell, if the amount of mana spent to cast the spell is greater than Liberator's power, put a +1/+1 counter on Liberator. The Mandrite, I think that's how you pronounce it. 2 blue, red, and white for a legendary creature human advisor. It's an 0/5. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain X life, where X is the number of cards in your hand -4. Whenever you gain life, each advisor, artificer, and monk you control gains vigilance and gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the amount of life gained. Tap 3 untapped advisors, artifacts, and or monks you control. Draw a card. Foil Schematic Springleaf Drum right there. Bone Saw. Ooh, Gilded Lotus. 5 mana, artifact, tap to add 3 mana of any one color. Oh, we got Akri Sharpshooter. 1 red and white for a legendary creature robot. 2/2 with more than meets the eye for a red and white with first strike. 1, remove 1 or more +1/+1 counters from Akri. It deals that much damage to target creature. Convert Akri. Akri converts into Akri Combatic Coupe. 2/2 living legendary artifact vehicle. It has living metal, so it's a creature as long as it's your turn. Whenever you cast a spell that targets 1 or more creatures or vehicles you control, may put that many +1/+1 counters on Akri, and then you convert. Foil Extended Art Autonomous Assembler. 5 mana for an artifact creature assembly worker. It's a 4/5 with vigilance, and you can pay 1 and tap to put a +1/+1 counter on target assembly worker control, or you can prototype it out for 1 and a white and you still have all the abilities. Well, token. Lord of the Rings Collector Booster. I know we won't find the 1 of 1 ring, but hey, I've enjoyed this set very genuinely. We'll flick through these. Pretty Plains. Foil Moria Marauder. 2 red for a creature Goblin Warrior. It's a 1/1 double strike. When it deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Palantir of Orthak. Hey, it's a mythic. 3 mana for a legendary artifact. At the beginning of your end step, put an influence counter on the Palantir. And scry 2. Then target opponent may have you draw a card. If that player doesn't, you mill X cards, where X is the number of influence counters on the Palantir, and that player loses life equal to the total mana value of those cards. Ring Wraiths. 4 and 2 black for a creature of Wraith Knights, a 5/5. When enters the battlefield, target creature an opponent controls gets -3/-3 until end of turn. If that creature is legendary, its control loses 3 life. When the ring tempts you, return Ring Wraiths from your graveyard to your hand. Mary in the old art. Ooh, we got Ensnaring Bridge, the Bridge of Khazad-dûn. 3 mana for an artifact. Creatures with power greater than the number of cards in your hand can't attack. Good old Mirkwood Bats. Wizard's Rockets in the foil artwork. Ooh, we've got Gandalf the Grey in the foil alt frame. 3 blue and red for a legendary creature Avatar Wizards, a 3/4. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, choose one that hasn't been chosen. You may tap or untap target permanent. Deal 3 damage to each opponent. Copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy, and put Gandalf on top of its owner's library. I got food and treasure. Staples, really. Next one up. Got Commander Master. Sorry, I just started opening because I was actually kind of excited. Alright. Token. Skip through this. Oop. I believe that was a foil Rapacious Dragon. Yes, it was. Storm Surge Kraken. 3 and 2 blue for a creature Kraken. It has hexproof and lieutenant. As long as you control your commander, it gets +2/+2 and has whenever the Kraken becomes blocked, you may draw 2 cards. Arms Collector. 3 and a white for a creature Cat Cleric. It's a 3/4 with flash. If an opponent would draw 2 or more cards, instead you and that player each draw a card. Ob Nixilis of the Black Oath. 3 and 2 black for a legendary Planeswalker Nixilis. Starts at 3 loyalty. +2, each opponent loses 1 life. You gain life equal to the life loss this way. -2 to create a 5/5 black demon creature token with flying and you lose 2 life. -8, you get an emblem with 1 and black. Sacrifice a creature. You gain X life and draw X cards, where X is the sacrificed creature's power. And we'll skip through the rest of these unless there's something really interesting. Oh, Dread Return at common still baffles me. Got a Kadama's Reach, and an Old School Plains, and Maelstrom Wanderer profile artwork. Alright, Dungeons & Dragons Battle for Baldur's Gate Collector Booster. Ever since they changed the foil on these, I feel like I really have to rip into these. Alright, skip through the commons, skip through the uncommons. Pretty Forest, Taunting Kobold, Viconia, Imoen in the etched foil. We have Glunch the Bestower. 1 green and white for a legendary creature Jellyfish. It's an 0/5 with flying. If you get end step, choose a player. They put 2 +1/+1 counters on a creature they control. Choose a second player to draw a card and a third player to create 2 treasure tokens. An Unculong. 3 and a black for a creature Crab Ooze Horror. That's a heck of a creature type line. Its power is equal to the number of crabs, oozes, and or horrors you control. Horrific Symbiosis. At the beginning of your end step, exile up to 1 target creature card from an opponent's graveyard. If you do, create a token that's a copy of Unchelon. We've got a extended art. Sea of Clouds. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. Tapped to add white or blue. Raphael Fiendish Savior. 3 black and red for a legendary creature Devil Noble. 4/4. Other demons, devils, imps, and tieflings you control have +1/+1 on lifelink. At the beginning of each end step, if a creature card was put into your graveyard from anywhere this turn, create a 1/1 red devil creature token with when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate, and I have seen this character. Speaking of things that are in Baldur's Gate, we've got a full art Nautiloid ship. 4 mana for an artifact vehicle. It's a 5/5 with flying. When it enters the battlefield, exile target player's graveyard. When the ship deals combat damage to a player, you may put a creature card with the exile with the Nautiloid ship onto the battlefield under your control, and you can crew it for 3. We have Volo in Scholar, 2 and a blue for a legendary creature, human wizard, 2/3. When it enters the battlefield, create Volo's Journal, a legendary colorless artifact token with hexproof, and whenever you cast a creature spell, note one of its creature types that hasn't been noted for this artifact. 2 and taps, draw a card for each creature type noted for target permanent you control named Volo's Journal. Choose a background, fairy dragon, and token. Alright, next one up. Dungeons & Dragons Adventures in the Forgotten Realms set booster. We have Fly as our art card. Pretty odd. Pretty Evolving Wilds. And we'll skip through the commons. I know this pile's getting messy. Uncommons. Common. Power Word Kill. Westgate Regent, 3 and 2 black for a creature vampire, 4/4 with flying. Ward, discard a card. When it deals combat damage to a player, put that many +1/+1 counters on it. And Chisira, Death's Whisper in foil, and Lost Minds of Fandelver. I think I'll count that as a token. Alright, so we got Brothers War Draft. Soldier. Burnished Heart, always good to have. The Might Stone and the Weak Stone. 5 mana for a legendary artifact, Power Stone. When it enters the battlefield, you choose 1. Draw 2 cards. Target creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn. Tap to add 2 colors. This mana can't be spent to cast on artifact spells, and it melds with Urza, Lord Protector, which is the bottom half of the Mythic Urza. Oops. Transmogrified Altar. I think it's just normal right through the rest of this, but we will flick through all the same. Yeah. It's hard to remember which ones they've done. Dominaria United Collector Booster. Alright. Pretty Mountain. Ooh. Rona in the alt frame. Defiler of Flesh. 2 and 2 black for a creature, Phyrexian Horror. It's a 4/4 with Menace, obviously. As an additional cost to cast black permanent spells, you may pay 2 life. Those spells cost black less to cast if you've paid life. This effect only reduces the amount of black mana you pay. Whenever you cast a black permanent spell, card creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains Menace. Silver Scrutiny, X and 2 blue for a sorcery. You may cast Silver Scrutiny as though it had flash. If X is 3 or less, draw X cards. Voldar. Jasmine Borella the 7. Radabrak of Urborg, 2 black and white for a legendary creature, Zombie Wizard. I don't think I've seen this artwork actually. 3/3 Vigilance, Ward 2. Zombies you control have Vigilance. Whenever another legendary creature you control dies, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's not a legendary, and it's a 2/2 black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. Ooh, extended art. Caves of Quelos. Land, taps for a colors, or taps to add white or black, and it deals 1 damage to you. Leaf Crowned Visionary. 2 green for a creature, Elf Druid. Other elves you control gets +1/+1. Whenever you cast an elf spell, you may pay green. If you draw a card. And Soldier and Dargon token. Wilds of Eldraine set booster. Let's go for the most recent thing. Got a rat. Fairy fencing. We have a Waste Knot. 1 in a black for an enchantment. Whenever an opponent discards a creature card, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Whenever an opponent discards a land, add 2 black. Whenever an opponent discards a non-creature, non-land card, draw a card. Devouring Sugarmaw. 2 and 2 black for a creature horror. You can have for dinner for 1 and a white for an instant. Create a 1/1 human creature token and a food token. Otherwise, it's a 6/6 with Medicine Tramp. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token. If you don't, tap the Sugarmaw. And we'll flick through the rest of these. Pretty Swamp. And, ooh, Defensive Heart. Oh, it's signed too. That's another one to add to the collection of pretty things that I do own. 3. We'll say this one. Commander Masters Collector Booster. Slip the commons. Uncommons. Gonti as an uncommon baffles me. Old School Forest. Thran Dynamo in the full art. Counterspell in the full art. Nadir's Nightblade in the foil full art. We have Experiment Kraj. This is an oldie but a goodie. 2 and 2 green and 2 blue legendary creature Ooze Mutant. It has all the activated abilities of each other creature with a +1/+1 counter on it, and you can tap it to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Ooh, Aurum Frostfang. 3 and 2 green for a snow creature snake. It's a 2/6. Attacking creatures you control have Death Touch. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Very nice. Hey, Rise of the Eldrazi. They put the name of the set on the card. 9 and triple colorless. It's a sorcery, can't be countered. Destroy target permanent. Target player draws 4 cards and take an extra turn after this one. Exile Rise of the Eldrazi. Maelstrom Wanderer. 5 green, blue, and red for a legendary creature elemental. It's a 7/5. Creatures you control have haste. And Cascade. Oh, that's real pretty. That's in foil as well. That's a Finale of Devastation, folks. X and 2 green for a sorcery. Search your library and or graveyard for a creature card with mana value X or less and put it onto the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle. If X is 10 or more, creatures you control get +X/+X and gain haste until end of turn. Elf Druid and Zimmonarch. I've stuffed up these piles. I will fix that up later. I just realised this. Kaldheim set booster. Yeah, Imstrom Skullcalm. Pretty foil mountain. Commons. Uncommons. We have the Bark Channel Pathway. It's a land, taps to add green, or it can tap to add blue. Replicating Ring. And Notvold Slumber Mound as a foil and a token. Adventures in Forgotten Realms set booster. Got Den of the Bugbear. Nice. Pretty plains. Flick through the commons. Flick through the uncommons. Hey, we got Grandmaster of Flowers. 2 and 2 white for legendary Planeswalker Bahamut, whoever the heck that is. Starts at 3 loyalty. As long as it has 7 or more loyalty counters, is a 7/7 dragon god creature with flying and indestructible. Target creature without first strike, double strike, or vigilance can't attack or block until your next turn. +1, search your library and or graveyard for a card named Monk of the Open Hand. Reveal it and put it into your hand this way. Reveal it and put it into your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle. Foil Powered Kill. And Guinevere. This one. Crimson Vow, collector booster. Alright, skip through. Pretty Island. Anya, Maid of Dishonor. Of course she is. 2 in black and red, legendary creature vampire, 4/5. When Anya and or one or more other vampires enter the battlefield, create a blood token. It only triggers once each turn. 2, sacrifice another creature or a blood token. Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Breath of the Sleepless. 3 in a blue enchantment. You may cast spirit spells as though they had flash. Whenever you cast a creature spell during an opponent's turn, tap up to 1 target creature. Ill-Tempered Luna. 2 and 2 red for a creature human werewolf. It's a 3/3. When it's dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any target. 1 and a red to have it get +2/+0 until end of turn, and it's Dayband, where it transforms into the Howpack Avenger. 4/4, whenever a permanent you control is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any target. 1 red to give it +2/+0 until end of turn. Blood Crazed Socialite. Celebrants. Ooh, we got Renfield Delusional Minion, which is Enreth Tormented Prophet. 1 blue and a red for a legendary creature human wizard. If you would draw a card, exile the top 2 cards of your library instead. You may play those cards this turn. Wedding Security in foil. And a Mirror Hall Mimic. 3 in a blue for a creature spirit. It's a 0/0. You may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it's a spirit in addition to its other types, and you can disturb it for 3 and 2 blue. And a foil spirit token and blood. Wilds of Eldraine Draft Booster. A Knight. Land. We have a Knightly Valor. Werefox Bodyguard. 1 and 2 white for a creature, Elf Fox Knight. It's a 2/2 with flash. When it enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 other target non-fox creature until the Werefox leaves the battlefield. Sacrifice the bodyguard to gain 2 life. Actually, finish off on a pretty interesting note. We have a Streets of New Capenna collector's booster. Of course, right at the end, I'm starting to struggle with the packs. All right. Pretty Swamp. Nimble Arsonist. Cornelia Glamour Thief. Oh, we have an etched. I don't know if you can see it, but this is the like not the etched, like the raised foil Broker's Charm. That's really nice. That Maestro's Ascendancy, blue, black, and red for an enchantment. Once during each of your turns, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your graveyard by sacrificing a creature. In addition to paying its other costs, if a spell cast this way will be put into your graveyard, exile instead. Master of Ceremonies, 3 and a white for a creature Rhino Druid. It's a 3/4. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent chooses money, friends, or secrets. For each player who chooses money, you and that player each create a treasure. For each player who chooses friends, you and that player each create a 1/1 green and white citizen. For each player who chooses secrets, you and that player each draw a card. Had this in Queen Marchese for a while. Cut your losses, 4 and 2 blue for a sorcery, casualty 2. Target player mills half their library, rounded down. Shadow of Mortality, 13 to black, creature avatar, 7/7. If your life total is less than your starting life total, this spell costs X less to cast, where X is the difference. That's really cool artwork, by the way. Ooh, foil extended art, Arcane Bombardment. 4 and 2 red for an enchantment. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, exile an instant or sorcery at random from your graveyard. Then copy each card exiled with Arcane Bombardment. You may cast any number of the copies without paying their mana costs. Fish and Rogue. And to cap it all off, AFR Collector's Booster. Skip through the commons. Why do these feel weird? Pretty Forest. Book of Exalted Deeds. Triple white for a legendary artifact. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, create a 3/3 white angel creature token with flying. Triple white, tap and exile the book. You put an enlightened counter on target angel. It gains you can't lose the game and your opponents can't win the game. Activate only as a sorcery. Druid of Purification. 3 and a green for a creature human druid. When it enters the battlefield, starting with you, each player may choose an artifact or enchantment you don't control. Destroy each permanent chosen this way. Forsworn Paladin. Single black for a creature, human knight. It's a 1/1 with menace. 1 a black, tap, pay a life. Create a treasure. 2 and a black, target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. If mana from a treasure was spent to activate this ability, that creature also gains Death Touch until end of turn. Neverwinter Dryad. Barrowan. Oh, we have Minsk, beloved ranger with his best friend Boo. Red, green, and white for a legendary creature human ranger. It's a 3/3. It enters the battlefield. Create Boo, a legendary 1/1 red hamster creature token with trample and haste. X until end of turn. Target creature you control has base power and toughness XX and becomes a giant addition to its other types. Activate only as a sorcery. We have a rust monster. Ooh, Dungeon Descent. I don't think I've ever actually seen this one. I mean, I've seen this card, but not this artwork. It's a land, it enters battlefield tap for colorless, 4 and tap and untap a legendary creature control, venture into the dungeon, activate only as a sorcery. And we have a spider and a zombie. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe. Lets people know that I exist and I'm making content. Mostly for my enjoyment, but hopefully you get a bit of enjoyment out of this as well. You can find me on Twitter, links are down below. You can also find me at the Planeswalker Pantheon on Facebook. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.